Yeah. I said I feel invisible. It's 100 niggas in the spot. I won't keep going. It's 85 just to walk on.
Yo, it's your girl Des Vibes. You know what the fuck going on. This is episode 1 of the Daily Desdailypod, and episode 1 is gonna be something slight, something simple. It's gonna be a get to know me. You're gonna get to know me, the owner of Desdailypod. So with that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe to the YouTube, and also follow the personal page, which is Des Vibes with 2 T's. And don't forget to follow Desdailypod. Don't forget to follow Desdailypod. I was born and raised in Philadelphia, North Philadelphia specifically. I was raised in different parts of Philly, but I was definitely raised the most in North Philadelphia, for sure. I'm the oldest of all my siblings on my mom's side and on my dad's side. So it's like, y'all know how that shit goes. Like, trying to think what else. I'm definitely a pothead. I'm not smoking right now, but this is the only time that this shit gonna happen. It's episode 1. And it's on a late night tip. I had a long day. I was supposed to record earlier, but I had a long day, so it was a lot that happened today, so I didn't get a chance to really do a lot of recording today. But trust me, episode 2, I got you. I'm a pothead, as most of y'all know, but if you don't know, I like to smoke. I don't drink that much, but I drink on special occasions. I like to read. I'm about to start reading this book right here. I got this for free today, but it looked like an interesting book. You know what they say, never judge a book by its cover. See y'all, Murray, fuck it up. I'm a little nervous. I told some of my friends I'm a little nervous. I like to play games and shit. I play 2K. Definitely like to, read and shit. It may sound boring to a lot of y'all, but y'all better get y'all head in them books. Y'all can learn something. I definitely am goofy as shit, so one thing about this podcast, y'all gonna see me crack some jokes. It may be funny to some of y'all, and may not be funny to some of y'all, but I just want y'all to know I'm funny as shit. Not only is this gonna be a get to know me, but it's also gonna be what is gonna be expected in this podcast. I'm gonna be doing some Q&As. I'm gonna be doing a lot of story times, because I got a lot of story times. I also curse a lot, but I'm gonna try not to curse that much in this podcast. But then again, this is my motherfucking podcast. What the fuck gonna tell me not to curse? So if you're younger than 18, don't watch this podcast. But if you still watch it, I can't control what you do. I do know I'm gonna have a lot of story times. And Q&As, I told people to ask questions. Some people ask questions, and those will be mentioned in the podcast. I'm gonna break it up in the 2, because it's a lot of questions. One thing I can say about this podcast to expect is that I want to show people my personality. Like, I'm a funny person. Like, I'm goofy. And for me to be 22, if I didn't mention that earlier, I'm 22. I'm a funny individual. Like, I make people laugh. And because sometimes I be so serious, but like, I genuinely like making people laugh. Maybe it's a 50-50. I definitely can say for the most part, I don't have a lot of friends, but I have a good amount of friends. I don't need no weird ass friends. Like, I'm a genuinely happy person. I care about people, and I genuinely give out to people, and I'm a genuine person who looks out for my friends. If you count favors, I definitely can't have you on my friends with people who count favors. That's just like, if you go and count favors, then automatically you're not a real friend. So it's just like, yeah, I got an opinion on a lot of shit. So y'all gonna hear me state my opinion on a lot of stuff. And if you don't like my opinion, I mean, it's really, I don't give a fuck if you don't like my opinion. It's my opinion. You can't tell me what I can or what I cannot like. It's my opinion. I definitely will say I talk a lot. So you're gonna hear me talk a lot on this podcast. Like, I like to talk. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this podcast. So, like, I like to tell stories about stuff that happened in my life, or stuff that's happened recently. Like, I like to do things like that. I like for people to know, like, yo, I experienced this shit in real life. Mom, she gave me this cooler or whatever. I'm gonna drink it for sure. I told y'all I'm not a drinker. Twisted Tea. Oh yeah, Twisted Tea gotta sponsor me. Y'all will definitely be seeing me, with the Twisted Teas. Like, I haven't had a Twisted Tea in so long, so I hope that I can still drink them. Because when I don't drink something for a certain period of time, I can't get it. Definitely, like when I told y'all about the games, I like playing games, I like reading books, I like writing, and I also like basketball, 76ers fan, all day. When it comes to football, I'm really not big on the football stuff. So if y'all want to talk to me about football, I can't really get into it now. Basketball, I'll get into it with basketball any day. Definitely a 76ers fan. Shout out to Maxey and Joel Embiid, two of my favorite players. If you got something to say about them, then you got a problem with me automatically. Like, I don't know, I feel like y'all would really genuinely enjoy this podcast because I'm just funny as hell. I'm going to be having people come on the podcast to be a special guest because I feel like y'all need to see the people I hang around and like they're genuinely funny, just like how I am too. The one thing I could say that the biggest like impact I want to make on this podcast is I want people to watch this podcast and be like, yo, you're being yourself, and automatically you being yourself is a plus, because if you can't be yourself, then that's not good, because you should always be able to be yourself. No matter if you're around different people or if you just met these people, you should always want to be yourself. Like, nothing should stop you from being yourself. Be yourself all the time. It took me a lot of confidence to start this podcast. A lot of confidence. And now that I did it, I just feel like, hey, like, I'm going to take this onto another level. I'm going to have people watching this podcast and have people wondering, yo, if she can do it, then I could do it too. Like, I can do something. Like, one thing about it and two things for sure. If you want to do something, if you put your mind to something, do it automatically. Because like I said, it took me a lot of confidence to make this podcast. Also, I will be, playing games on here. I will be playing like Would You Rather. I'll be, buying games, playing it on a podcast if I'm playing by myself. Or I'll have other people come on the podcast and play it with me. Also, if you're a smoker, you can smoke on this podcast. I don't discriminate. If you ain't a smoker, you can still come on the podcast, and state your opinion on anything. Like, I'll have different questions on different podcasts. Like, it would be fun. I want to make this podcast fun. I want people to come over here, be themselves without having to feel like they're being judged. Thing that I always said that I wanted to do, because like I'm a person who used to be scared on how people felt about me and how I act. And I don't care no more, because at the end of the day, if you don't like me for being me, then that's on you. I'm not about to change myself for you. Not again. You will never see me do that again. Definitely am going to be streaming a lot as far as the games. I'm playing 2K. I'm waiting for GTA 6 to come out, I know I'm not the only one. GTA 6, come on, y'all. I need y'all to drop that joint today. I'm ready. Like, y'all gonna see me streaming 2K. I'm a heavy 2K player because, like I mentioned earlier, I'm a heavy basketball fan. I've been playing 2K since 2K came out. Like, me and my dad used to play it a lot, So, y'all definitely gonna see me streaming games or Call of Duty. I'm trying to think something else before I miss it. I will be setting up certain things to put onto the podcast as far as, like I said, games, puzzles, riddles, stuff like that to just have on there so that everybody can have, like, something to do and to make things interesting, If you don't smoke, that's fine. You don't have to worry about it being a problem. Because, again, if you smoke, you don't smoke, you drink, whatever the case may be, all is welcome to the podcast. Like I said, I don't discriminate. I want everybody to feel comfortable in doing what they do, like I said, without feeling judged. Like, you be yourself, be you. If you goofy, be goofy. If you a weirdo, be a weirdo. Because I'm both. If you quiet, you can be quiet. If you're loud, be loud. Like, that's you. That's who your personality is. And I can't take that from you. Nobody can take that from you, It's like I said, like, this is the first episode. It's a get to know me / information on what this podcast is going to be about. I definitely want y'all to know, like me, I am an outspoken person. I'm an open book. I'm not afraid to ask questions. I do have bad anxiety, but I'm not afraid to ask questions. One thing about that, I am not afraid to ask questions. Like, I was nervous to ask you this question, but I do want to ask you this question so that you can know that was on my mind and I was thinking. I've always been nice to so many people, and people took me for granted so many times. Like, I've always looked out for people. I've always had people's backs, and if those people aren't in my life right now, it was their fault, not mine. I've always looked out for people. If I didn't have it, I still look out for people, and people took me for granted. Right then and there, I just feel like if you took me for granted knowing that my heart is genuine, there's no, you can't have access to me, ever. Like, that access to me, that shit dead. I used to be a people pleaser. And one thing I can say about being a people pleaser, that shit falls back on you. So, to all my people pleasers out there, I'm gonna need y'all to just think of yourself. Don't keep looking out for people who ain't doing the same thing for you. Look out for you. If you know that you got money and somebody keep constantly asking you for money, but they haven't yet did anything for you, don't do shit for that person. They are obviously they're using you. You're taking advantage because they know that you are so nice that they're gonna keep giving to that person. You need to put your foot down and let people know, I can't do it. I can't do it. Stand up for yourself, and they notice that you're not giving them what they want. They're gonna instantly get mad and start acting weird towards you. Trust me, I'm a victim of that. It's happening to me right now. Life is lifing. And right then and there, if you mad because I'm not looking out for you, not even like that, but like, y'all get what I'm saying. Like, if I'm looking out for you and you ain't doing shit for me, and I just automatically just stop looking out for you and you get mad at me because I'm not looking out for you, right then and there, that just shows that you were using me and that you didn't have nothing to bring to the table to our friendship. That even goes for relationships too. Kindness for weakness. And now that I don't let them take my kindness for weakness, people, they start to get upset because I'm not the same person. I'm not the same person I was 3 years ago. I definitely stand my ground. I speak up when weird shit happens. I speak up and people don't like it. So, and that's on them. I can't change how they feel. But definitely with this podcast, look out for a lot of some cool stuff. I'm going to be giving away prizes, money prizes, accessories, whatever, stuff like that. All like clothing businesses, stuff like that. Nail businesses, send them my way because I will be sponsoring them on this podcast because everybody got to eat. Please excuse me for tripping over my words. I'm extremely tired. Again, this is a late night tip. If I was doing this in the morning, I would have had more energy. But this is a late night tip, so I'm definitely a little tired. I'm going to end this video a little short because, again, I'm tired and I got to have some energy to record the next video. So definitely look out for episode 2. Episode 2 is going to be a nice episode. I'm going to have some guests on the second episode, and we going to turn that shit up. And second episode, y'all will see me smoking an L. It's the Stoner Pod. It's the Stoner Ave, a.k.a. Desdailypod. Again, look out for, I'm going to be stating my opinions on a lot of stuff. Story times, Q&As. What else? I'm going to also be doing Would You Rathers, games, everything, etc. We gonna make this shit pop. And shout out to all the people that believed in me for making this shit work. I really appreciate y'all for all that, man. I wouldn't be here without y'all. So don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube. Link is in my bio. Follow Desdailypod. The link is in my bio. Follow my YouTube. Follow my TikTok. Definitely follow my main page, which is Des Vibes with 2 T's. And I'll see y'all in the next episode of Desdailypod. Deuces, that's why I was out.
Cause a lot of these niggas be corny. I'm feeling horny. And I shoot like Robert Horry. I'm off this percolated shit. I got a percolated bitch.